yeah, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, everyone, and it's Advice Hour. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well.
Great. I need some advice, please.
Okay.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm a pre-op transsexual,
Okay.
and I'm currently involved and being taken care of by someone who's in the entertainment industry. And he's pressuring me to get a sex change, and basically my whole lifestyle for the past 5 years has been taken care of by him, and I'm scared to do it. I don't want to do it. He's left his wife for me, and I just don't know what to do.
He's left his wife for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we know who this person is as a sidebar?
You sure do. He's an R&B singer.
Okay.
Recently divorced. I can't say who he is, obviously, but,
Is he very tall?
He's tall.
Is he over 6 feet?
Yes, he's definitely over 6 feet.
Wow.
And I'm in Chicago, and, he bought me I'm from Chicago, but he visits here often, and he bought me a condo here. I'm basically being taken care of by him, so I can't just say, leave me alone.
Yes.
Because I won't have anything, but...
I understand. Well, you set yourself up for that, first of all.
I did.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 29, going on 30.
And explain to me and the audience what a pre-op transsexual is in 15 seconds or less.
Okay, a pre-op transsexual is a guy who feels like a woman on the inside, who appears to be a woman, someone who lives their life as a woman. I have breasts, but I do not have a vagina.
So then you don't feel like a woman feel like you're emotionally you feel like a woman.
Exactly, I always have.
Okay, well, you're at the crossroads. I mean, if you cut it off, if there's no guarantee that this guy's going to stay with you.
And that's true.
If we're talking about the same person, you realize that he also beat his wife up. Do you know that? He's beaten you up.
No, he has not. He's never hit me. He treats me totally different from what,
But he beat his wife up.
I've heard that he beat his wife up, yes.
And I've known for years that he's homosexual.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? At 29 years old, you set yourself up to be at the mercy of this man. Now,
that's true.
Now, if you don't do it, he's going to break up with you?
I know he will, and I'm basically not afraid of that, but the fact that he's been taking care of me and I don't work and he doesn't want me to work and I'm totally dependent on him, I'm scared of that.
Okay, well, if you, as a pre-op transsexual, are you formally being addressed as a woman on a regular basis?
Oh, definitely.
Is there any way that you can get a job, say... at Goldman Sachs or something like that, and people would believe you're a woman?
Oh, definitely.
Well, then it's time for you to get up and take charge of your life. Keep your penis and get a regular job and a career. It's time for you to go to school. Can you sit in the classroom next to people and pass as a woman?
I can.
Well, it's time for you to live your life as a woman and keep your penis on and never share these secrets with people who are around you in a classroom setting or a work setting.
Okay.
And you just live your life. You're pre-op transsexual. You live your lifestyle. You keep everything separate, and it's going to be paramount to you that you do not allow your sexual life to cross with your work life, because that raises red flags, and while it's illegal to fire you, you know that the man will get around that and fire you anyway.
Of course. Are
you ready to stand up and carry on?
I am. I actually have a degree in media management, and that's how I met. It's a long story. I met another entertainer, and this guy is friends with another entertainer, and this entertainer that I originally met is from Chicago, and I worked with him.
Okay, I have two singers in mind, actually. And I'm not going to, no, I'm not being Wendy with you. I would just like to know, has this singer had, is he light skin or very, very dark chocolate?
Which one?
The person that we're talking about, your lover.
Okay, he's a brown skinned brother. Yeah.
No, very dark, just deliciously chocolate.
Yeah, down south kind of chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Then it's my number one guess.
Okay, we're not saying any names,
Absolutely
so I'm fine with that.
We're not even hinting.
Okay.
He still tours the country and does shows and whatnot.
Well, he's very successful in his own right. Yes.
And the women love him.
Yes.
I've known for years.
Yes, they do.
Now, look, you're going to carry on with your life. Are you strong?
I am. It's just I needed someone, to tell me that because I've been with him for 5 years, so it's kind of like, wow.
And so what are you going to do about this apartment? Can you afford to pay the rent?
Oh, no, it's a condo in the River North area of Chicago, very prestigious area.
It's in his name, of course.
No, it's in, actually, whose name is it's in a family member's name of his.
Okay, in other words, he can take the condo back.
Right.
All right. Now, I'm sure that he's broken you off with some very nice things. While he is not an A-lister in this business, he is a B, borderline C lister in this business. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
But he can still afford to buy you luxurious things. Have you ever bothered saving any of the actual cash that he's given you?
You know what? I do.
What's your savings?
I don't have to spend much at all.
What's your savings looking like? Be honest.
I probably have around 24, grand saved up.
Okay, that's enough for you to listen, it's time for you to downscale your luxurious lifestyle. Are you ready to do that?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
It's time for you to start looking for a studio apartment.
Okay. Yeah. I just...
And a job.
It's very hard,
I understand.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the difference between, having a vagina and having a penis. I mean, this is what percentage of you wants to keep your penis out of 100%?
100%. I don't, that's not, for me doing this whole, first of all, I was introduced to this by a rapper. I actually sent you a fax, kind of explaining most of it in summary, but I sent you a fax and it's basically saying that I was introduced to this by a rapper and, about 7 years ago.
But this particular, your lover does not do collabos with rappers. I can't think of one song that he did collaborating with a rapper. He's
friends with a lot of them, though.
He did, he collaborated with Keith Murray one time, back in the day.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was before you were with him. How long you been with him?
5 years. But, it's sad, like this whole situation. Like, I was introduced to about rapper.
He's got a lot of lines in his forehead, right?
Not a lot, no.
He plays basketball.
He's aging well. Yeah, actually, when he comes to Chicago, he's playing basketball with the original entertainer that I was telling you about. They're friends.
Ding, 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 y'all.
But,
listen, keep your penis, get a job.
Okay.
And use your money sparingly. And if I were you, I would vacate that condo right after we get off the phone, because there's no telling. If he beat his wife and he supposedly loved her,
That's true.
then he will kick your behind.
That's true.
Okay.
I don't
Stay in touch with the show.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Wow. Hello? Be quiet, you all. I'll Tourette's it. Nicole?
Hi.
Hi. I'm so glad to be talking with you.
You too.
Okay, so it's been approximately a week since we discovered each other.
Yes, it is.
And, when you first got in contact, you were in turmoil about whether to keep your penis or not.
Right.
And my suggestion to you was absolutely keep your penis. There's no part of you that wanted to cut it off. But you'd been involved with this relationship with the R&B singer for 5 years. And what I suggested to you is that you take your about $24,000 you said you have saved up.
Right.
And you get yourself a studio apartment, move out of the condo and leave that life behind you. Live your life as a woman with your penis and go on about you. So now what's developed since then?
Since then, I'm still in Chicago, but I did move on this past Saturday.
Good.
I was out by Sunday, so that was a big change. And I have my own place now.
Very nice.
And I have not had contact with him since, I would say, Thursday. He made contact with me via a personal friend.
Oh.
And, I just hung up the phone. I didn't really have time to hear it. I was focused on one thing. I did it, and I'm here now.
Now, you and I spoke maybe Wednesday, so did by any chance this contact have to do with him maybe thinking that you and I were in contact with each other?
That may be the case, or it may be that a few of my personal friends aren't really friends at all and told him that I was, contemplating doing this.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. And I'd like to put another person out there, because I thought I had a friendship with him. I'm not going to say his name, but it's very obvious who he is. He's the king in Chicago in the music industry.
I understand.
And I met my former lover through him because they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
And
You said they play basketball together, among other things.
Yes, they do. And I, once I, did this, and once word got to my lover, this, this quote-unquote friend of mine, who's also his friend.
The king of R&B.
Exactly. He, had a problem with me and cut me off and gave me shade. So I don't understand what that's all about. But, their little secret society is going to be put on blast. It's not going to be by me, but eventually the world will see what's going on, and so will their wives.
Well, your lover is divorced now.
Yes, he is.
And so, do you think he's trying to get back with you, or you think he's just trying to squelch this situation, or just give you a backhand across the room, like allegedly he used to do to his wife?
You know what? I really think that, okay, first of all, what's fishy to me is I've never been contacted by his personal, anyone else. He contacts me. He calls me. He does not call me private. I know all of his numbers. So for him to have someone else to call me with a block number, it really set me off. So I think that he is angry, and he's trying to, get to me mentally, hopefully not physically, but I know he is mentally trying to get to me.
Well, do you think that Chicago is the best place for you to be? I mean, considering, Nicole, how old are you approximately?
I am 29. I'll be 30 in August.
That's right. And you were with the R&B singer for about 5 years.
Yes.
So really, to establish yourself as a full-blown woman, and to get back in the workplace and support yourself, maybe you should think about relocating cities.
You know what? I was thinking about that, and eventually I will, because like I said, I have a degree to fall back on. I'm not totally dependent on another person. That's not how I have to live my life. It's just the way I became accustomed to. But as of now, I have no problem staying in Chicago. These people aren't going to run me out. I'm here to stay for now.
Do you have some decent friends who will at least have your back?
I do.
Are you living by yourself now?
Yes.
Are you looking for employment?
I have been sending out resumes. I have.
Yeah. I got your picture, by the way.
Yeah, which was not, obviously, it didn't go through. It was a fax, so it wasn't the best picture. Yeah. I want to actually email you a picture.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't the most flattering picture.
No.
But I could see where you could pull off femme realness.
Yeah, but that definitely wasn't a good picture.
Yeah. Yeah, so what are your friends saying in your community?
You know what? They're pretty supportive. Like I said, I believe it either had to be that, he heard your show and recognized my voice some kind of way.
Yeah.
Or either one of my quote-unquote friends, gave him a call, or someone in his camp, and some kind of way he got word that I was contemplating doing this and that I was having some troubles, with our relationship. I never...
No, go ahead.
No, I've never shared with him this, because he just brought it all of a sudden, you need to get this done and get that done. So
everybody, to catch you up with Nicole's situation, Nicole called me during advice, or excuse me, she faxed me a letter during advice hour. This is actually our first time talking. She's been involved with this R&B singer for approximately 5 years. He's pretty much given her a really lavish life, including a condo that she's been living in, very nice, on a posh side of Chicago. This singer requested of her to get her penis removed so that he can then go on and marry her. Do I have it correct, Nicole?
Yes, and a name change.
And a name change. And Nicole doesn't want any part of getting her penis removed, even at the cost of giving up this lavish lifestyle from the R&B singer. And I totally, I've got to say, I admire the fact that you were able to be honest enough with yourself, because you've had 5 years of, I'm sure, a very fabulous lifestyle.
Exactly. Listen,
he's a B- C person in the celebrity world at best, but his name still rings bells. It's just not the top bells in the industry.
Right.
And he's able to afford to give Nicole perhaps things that she's not able to afford to give herself. If she cut her penis off, she would be the wife. She could continue in this lifestyle, but that's not what she wants. So I said to her, keep your penis, take whatever money that he's given you, and thank God, Nicole was a smart cookie. Nicole stacked about $24,000. And get used to a different way of life, but at least you'll have your penis, thus your dignity.
Exactly.
So are you on Xanax or abusing alcohol or anything crazy?
Oh, no. I'm at, you know what, let me give you a little history. When I first met him, I was just a regular gay male. He got me into doing the trans thing.
Oh.
It was all him. He paid for everything. It was all him.
Whoa. Had you ever thought of doing the tranny thing prior? Okay.
I was disgusted by people who did it. I didn't understand it.
So already you were bending some of your beliefs to fit into the glamorous life.
Very much so. I was just starting to work around celebrities, you know, kind of starstruck, you know. And, of course, he's very romantic and seemed very sincere. And I had no reason to believe that this was something that I shouldn't do because I really, you know, loved him. And so I did it. But he introduced me to everything. Now he's trying to take it to another level, and I didn't want to go there.
All right. There's more conversation with Nicole coming up. I also just want to shout out to Jonathan Plummer, who is suddenly getting cold feet about coming to our show. Jonathan, you don't understand. You can go to all these other mediums if you want to. But on a bad day, we've got 11 million people listening, number one. And as a married woman, I always side with the wife. With the exception, and Jonathan,
how you doing?
You are that exception, cause I'm not really understanding where Terry is coming from. Jonathan, get scared feet if you will, but you can go on every Today Show and MSNBC, but nobody's going to hit you and your audience like this show here.
Brother, he told me he had a very good surprise. The surprise was that he turned himself into a woman.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Wendy Williams.
Every state wanna be like, wanna look like, wanna act like, wanna dress like, wanna sound like, style stealing, clone ass, biting ass everywhere. Non-reality scene.
Wendy Williams Experience.
So where did you actually meet the R&B singer?
I met him at a studio of the
of the R&B King. Now, so you already knew the R&B King?
I knew him, and I was, I didn't have dealings with him. I can't say I had sexual dealings with him, but I deal with a few of his associates who are, you know, also in the business.
Can I ask you as a sidebar?
Sure.
Is the R&B King homosexual?
You know what? With him, I really want to say his name. I can't, but I would disclose as much as I can because I think he's a repulsive individual, and someone really needs to do something because I've seen him mess with 14-year-old, not only girls, but boys. 15, 16-year-old boys. Guys that he buy a pair of $150 pair of Jordans, and they'll do anything.
Yes.
And, you know, it's disgusting. He picks them up on the basketball court. Well, I can only say for this one day that I saw it. He picks them up. You know, he plays basketball at a really popular gym in Chicago. Okay. And, you know, if he sees a young guy there, they all look the same. It's a feminine, young, premature-looking guy, and that's who he chose. And he bought the guy a pair of shoes and did what he wanted to the young man. The young man did not know what was going on at all. And by me working around him, I couldn't say anything because that's my job.
Right. And your job was just to be like a hanger-on, part of the atmosphere.
Right. I didn't necessarily work for him, but I worked in the same building as him.
So then one day, the C-list R&B singer was introduced to you by the king of R&B.
Exactly. Well, you know what? He wasn't introduced to me by that. I shouldn't say that. It's just that he was there visiting him. Okay. And he saw me and approached me and told me how feminine I looked. And at first I thought he was trying to you know, be negative with me and talk about me.
Bash.
And then he rubbed the side of my face. Oh, you have beautiful skin. You know, do you shave? Blah, 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 blah. You know, just running all this game. And I'm young, and this is a celebrity. So, of course, I'm just sitting there in awe, and I'm just nervous. I don't know what to do. And it just, you know, we exchanged numbers. Well, actually, no. He didn't give me his number at first. He got mine, and he continued to call me. And it was just like a experience where I was kind of floored because I didn't know what was going on. This married entertainer who's all over the world traveling, touring, is calling me after his show. And, you know, honestly, we would have phone sex. That's how it all started. Like, we didn't have any type of sexual contact.
How long did the phone sex last? Months, weeks?
While he was on tour, months.
And then tell me about your first date with the R&B singer.
The first date, he came to Chicago, and he was only here for literally like less than 24 hours. I believe he just came to see me or maybe, you know, visit someone else.
Right.
But we stayed in the hotel room all day, and that was basically our first, you know, ever time ever having sex.
And you had sex, and you had good food, and you had liquor.
Right. Well, I don't drink.
Okay.
No. But,
damn, all that in your right mind?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how long did the relationship progress before he started asking you to dress femme?
I actually, you know what, he started talking about that on the phone. He wouldn't tell me, but he would just say that it turned him on. And he would, kind of indirectly, he was very smart.
Yes.
He would indirectly hint at that turned him on. And I wouldn't say anything because it turned me off.
Okay.
And I didn't want to turn him off, so I wouldn't say anything. I would just say, yeah, whatever, and the subject would eventually change.
But you wanted in, and so eventually you agreed to it.
Yeah, I did. Because at that point, I really did like him. And it was, a few months had passed. I met him in the winter. This was like the spring by now, and I really did like him. So that's why I considered it. I considered it for a long time. And I finally did it for him this past, I guess I would say like April or so.
And so at what point did he get the condo and move you in?
Oh, this was about 2002. Of like January 2002, because it was the winter time. And
so, because I'll be honest with you, I'm so glad that you're not going to cut your penis off, because I don't think he would have married you anyway.
I think he would have.
You do? Wait, okay.
I do. I really do. It's like him. He wants this whole fantasy thing, but he doesn't want anyone to know.
Right.
No, it's him. He wants to feel as if everything is right. As long as he can fool himself, I have a woman's name, I have a woman's private part, then I'm a woman.
So apparently you are a power bottom.
Yes. Yes.
Now, would he ever penetrate you? I mean, would you ever penetrate him?
Mm-mm. He was strictly he treated me just as he would a woman.
But would he ever, give you professionals? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
That was a strange part of it.
Now, did you ever take hormones for your breast or get breast implants?
I took hormone pills. He wanted me to get implants, but I refused against that.
And what size were you able to go with the hormones?
I'm a 34C now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm a 34C.
And what size dress do you wear? You looked a little thicker.
I'm about a 9'10".
And how tall are you?
5'9".
So would he ever be out with you dressed femininely and then feel like maybe he's being discovered or been discovered that, he's with a pre-op transsexual or, a man dressed as a woman? And then,
you know what? Actually, he would ask me to go out into the town with him and everything. He would always want to go out, once it's like 2 or 3 in the morning because that's how he is, whether he was with me or not. He likes to go out when there's very few people.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't go against him because I didn't feel comfortable yet.
Yes.
So we really haven't, went out. We just went maybe to a bar at a hotel or something, but we've never actually, danced around the town or anything.
Yeah. Now tell me about some of the luxurious gifts that you would get. I mean, getting to live in a fabulous condo is quite luxurious. Did you drive a luxurious car?
No, I don't, because of where I live. I don't need to drive a car at all. I would have a driver.
Okay.
And if I needed a driver, which I rarely use because I think it's pretty stupid because everything with me, I can just take a cab there.
You're a simple girl.
Right.
Okay.
But he had a number that I can call at any time through Music Express. And just they would charge it to his account, and I would just use that driver.
And now, what about gifts? Furs for the chilly Chicago winters?
Oh, yeah. I don't really like furs that much, but I do have one. He got me one. And a lot of jewelry, mainly jewelry, a lot of gift certificates to the spa because he knows that's what I like.
Yeah.
And mostly whenever he's in town, he'll just come through and bring order a bunch of food or bring a bunch of food with him and just spend time. He's really romantic, and that's why.
So are his songs.
Yeah.
Would he enjoy making love to you with his own music playing?
No. We never. No. He actually liked it to be silent, like no music, and I do too. So.
Yes. Is he a gentle, tender lover, or was he rough with you?
Both. It depended on how long we hadn't seen each other.
Now, this is about more than just the penis. This is about your love life and your dignity. Now, are you trying to get over being in love with him?
No, because I finally realized, I finally realized that he couldn't possibly love me, for me if he wanted to change everything about me.
Well, are you sure that you protested enough? Because I think this penis thing is a big deal. Nicole, are you sure you said to him enough times, look, I'm not going to do it? Or you never really spoke your mind.
I told him that I found it to be unnecessary even before he started asking me to do it.
Okay.
And once he did, I kept my story. Like, no.
Did you ever approach other options? Like if you go to a doctor and they can give you more hormones to maybe curve in your waist, or were there any other options?
You know what? Actually, the only thing that I needed to have done was the breast, and that's it. The rest of my body was already that way. Like, I seriously have no problems with that.
And what about facial hair?
Facial hair, I got the electrolysis stuff.
Yes, the electrolysis.
Yeah, electrolysis.
So, would you consider getting the breast implants, keeping the penis, and staying with him?
Oh, no, I don't need the breast implants, and I'm definitely not getting the penis. Like, I'm not as opposed to not talking to him anymore, but if he wants to control me, which is what he was doing.
Yes.
He didn't want me to hang around, the friends that I had, unless they were girls.
Yeah.
And he still was kind of iffy about them. But it's like he wanted to control every single thing. Every single thing.
So, in other words, you got out of this relationship with your penis and your dignity, and thank God you're not abusing drugs and alcohol.
Right.
So then you are free now to go on and live your life the way you want to. Now, will you go back to dressing like a man?
Oh, no.
So he introduced you to the female dressing, but you actually happen to like it.
I do.
Now, you're going to live your life completely as a woman with a penis.
Right.
And
a lot of guys, the women talk about Oprah needs to do a show on this because this is like bigger than the DL thing. Because men feel like because you have hair hanging down your back, because you have a womanly figure, because you may have breasts, you may not. They feel like that they are not with a man, and it's it's absurd.
Honey, I know exactly what you're talking about, which is why I find your conversation fascinating, and I'm trying not to be joke about it because this is real.
It is.
This is really real.
And you know what? Even to this day, even though I enjoy doing what I do because I love the reaction to men that I get, it's more respect than just being a regular man.
Yes.
And I lost my train of thought. I still am like baffled by this whole secret society of men. Like I would have never thought.
Even though you're a part of it, you would have never thought.
Never thought that it was this big. And there's so many guys are into it. There's a transsexual in Fat Joe's video. The lean back video.
Oh.
The funny looking Latin, I don't know whatever she is, chick that looks like a Bugs Bunny.
Oh.
She's a transsexual. And I know her. So
This is not to say everybody, the Fat Joe's into transsexuals, just saying that one of the women in the video happens to be transsexual.
But she's a feature. She's standing behind him. She's standing behind all the rappers. She's a main girl in that video.
Well, she also might get around within the rap community then.
As a lot of them do. Mm-hmm. As a lot of them do.
Well, I want you to stay in touch with this show because I don't feel as though this is over. I don't feel Chicago is safe for you.
Yeah.
Because even though you're done with the C-list R&B singer, it would seem to me that there would be some sort of get at you. And it's Chicago, just like all cities, it's a small world when you want to find somebody, Nicole.
That's true.
And you just better watch yourself and you hold your head.
Right.
And live your life on your terms, the way you're doing right now.
Yeah, I hope it's safe though. I can't see him doing anything like that, but you never know.
Well, exactly.
Once his pride is hurt, you never know what he's capable of or anyone else. So,
well, please stay in contact with the show, Nicole. Okay?
I will do. And what's the email address so I can send you a picture?
Nicole at WBLS.com. That's my assistant.
Nicole at WBLS.com. Okay, yes. I'll send that right over.
Thank you. And listen, I know you send these pictures and you don't know what kind of crazy bitch I am. I might be putting them up on the website, but I just want you to know that what you send me is confidential.
Okay.
I look just like the other one the other day. You didn't even send a secret note saying, Wendy, please don't put these on your website.
Okay.
But I want you to know that you have a confidant.
Okay.
And please stay in touch with the show.
Thank you so much.
Be well, Nicole.
Okay, have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I like guys.
Well, it is what it is, and we try to get it to you. And, shout out to you, Nicole. Again, you be careful out there because it's real in the field. All right, everybody. Keep it where you got it. The phone lines are open. 866-GET-WENDY. Advice Hour continues with your snafus next. 866-GET-WENDY. It is what it is.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
It's Wendy, man.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for like about 4 months now, and first time we had sex, he could not get it up at all.
Maybe it's drinking. Is he a drug user? Does he take any depressants or anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe it's...
How you doing? The Wendy Williams Experience.